As we draw this section to a close, I want to talk about audio editing in a different way to what we've seen so far. As we know, we can add effects to our audio here in Premiere Pro, either via the clip individually or to a track using the audio track mixer and using any of those different slots that we've seen in the previous tutorial. And even though we've not looked at them in great detail, there are audio restoration effects available, such as denoisers and declickers, for when you do have problematic audio. We've even seen how we can zoom in very close to the sample unit itself for really forensic surgical audio editing. For example, here I can zoom in by using the left and right zoom handles, and in this case, zoom in to frame level. However, by linking Premiere Pro to another Adobe program, the specialized audio editor, Adobe Audition, we can take advantage of the extra professional functions that Audition offers. Here's what we can do. Go to the foot of the user interface here, and then right-click on your clip, and then choose Edit in Adobe Audition. Fly out and then choose Clip. Once selected, Adobe Audition opens up with the audio displayed in the waveform editing window. Now, this isn't a course on Adobe's Audition, as you know, so I'm not really going to go into any great detail here about the program. Maybe we'll keep that for a different course. But as a quick insight, you can select an audio range like this, and then use this volume dial to attenuate or boost the audio at that point. Even though this is quite a large range, you can see that if you've got a click or another problematic area, well, of course that's not going to last particularly long, so you could zoom in really closely here and then attenuate by reducing the volume as low as it will go, or even replacing it with silence. But as you can see for our example, I'm not being specific, I'm just showing you what's possible. Alternatively, you can go up to Effects on the menu there and choose an effect plugin. You'll see that many do come with Audition, but you can also access third-party VST or VST3 effects. With the native Audition effects, you could choose Echo, Noise Reduction, a dehummer, whatever. By contrast, if you go to VST3 or VST, but VST3 are the better ones these days, well, all the third-party plugins that you've got installed on your system, well, they'll show up here. And these are generally better quality than what comes bundled with Premiere Pro. Anyway, once you've made some edits, whatever it is, declicking, reducing volume, adding an effect, compression, reverb, whatever, to be able to make this show up in Premiere Pro, essentially what we are doing is something called round tripping. So to show you this round trip in action, I'll add an effect. Now this is only a rough example, so any will do, but I'll grab a reverb and swamp it over the whole of our clip. And once it's applied, I'll close Audition down and then save it. And then now back in Premiere Pro, initially you'll still see your original clip unprocessed. Here it is. You might be thinking, hang on, what's happened? Because this is the original clip. Have a listen.
Tuesday morning, gone 4 a.m. Watching the stars go out without you again.
Okay, as I said, that's what we started with. You'll be forgiven for thinking, what on earth did we go over to Audition for and make those effect changes? Well, to hear the processed version, you need to come down to the project panel, and there you'll see a duplicated version of our audio track. If I just drag to the right, you can see the extension has been added, Audio Extracted. Well, this is the file that's now been generated within Audition. In our case, we reduced the volume for a short range, and then we added reverb right across the top. A convolution reverb, I think it was, wasn't it? So to be able to access this, simply double-click it to open it up in our source monitor. And of course, visually, it looks different, and that's because we reduced the volume for part of it, and we added some reverb. Remember, of course, you can flick between the two different ones you've got here, the original and this processed version, simply by clicking on that drop reveal arrow there, and vacillating and choosing between the two. Let's go to the audio extracted version, the processed version from within Audition, and we'll have a quick listen. I suspect it's not going to be great, but let's have a listen anyway. Here we go.
Tuesday morning, gone 4 a.m. Watching the stars go out without you again.
Okay then, so that's round tripping between Premiere Pro and its sister audio editing program, Adobe Audition.